Hey, what's going on, everybody? Game Geezer here. I've been wanting to do a review on my iPhone X. I've had it for almost a month now. I got it November 3rd on the release day, and now it's the end of the month, and it's almost December. So I wanted to kind of go over some things that I like about the phone, and just show you those things now. So here's my 1 month experience with the phone, and I'm just going to show you some stuff that I learned because I used to have a 4S, and then I had an LG Flex, and now I'm on the iPhone X. So, anyways, I'm using the iPhone X built-in screen recording app. You see here, it's got microphone audio plus screen recording, which is pretty cool, but it unfortunately will not use the camera like some of the apps on Android. But what can you do? So I added it here to this quick menu. This menu has actually got a lot of useful features. We'll come back to that in a second. So from your main menu here, if you pull down from the top, from the center, you get this. And you basically got your camera in the bottom right and your flashlight, which is pretty cool. So if you just hold the flashlight down, the flashlight will turn on. Hold it, turn it off. Same with the camera there. So you can engage the camera. But anyways, so yeah, if you're also playing music or Netflix, you'll get a little widget in the middle here, so you can continue playing that. It'll show a little play button. Also, if you have alerts, texts, and notifications, they'll show up here, and you can clear them out. If you don't like seeing those here, you have to manually disable those in settings. Like that. So yeah, okay. Also, if you scroll down from the right, you'll get a menu like this. You can see I added in the bottom left. The blinking light there is screen recording. You have to enable that, you actually have to go to settings. I don't know why they hide it. You have to go to Control Center, Customize Controls, and then add screen recording from this list down here. But it works pretty well, so if you go to the App Store and try to find one, you're not going to find one that's as good. So I would just use the one they give you. To your left here, you get some little widgets that are pretty cool. These are the ones that I use. And then my main screen, and then everything else. Back to this little widget menu here. You get this by dropping down from the top right, and you get all these settings here. So you get audio control, brightness control, do not disturb, screen lock, screen mirroring, but I think this only works for Apple TVs. I don't think it'll work with like a Fire Stick or anything. I haven't tried it. And then you get these 4 widgets here. Now, something that's kind of cool about some of these widgets is they will let you customize them. So instead of just clicking them on or off, like if you hold the flashlight, you get like control of how bright you want the flashlight to be. Yeah, like this one's pretty cool. A little timer. So that's pretty neat. I don't know if calculator does anything. Oh, well, it'll copy stuff. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. That take a selfie. That's pretty cool. So, just little stuff like that. If you're also playing music or Netflix or YouTube or whatever, you can push play on this little widget in the corner here, and it'll continue to play that. And if it's a video, you'll see it kind of in the background behind this fogginess. Now, something I also noticed is if you have your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on, and let's say you leave your house or whatever and you're away from those things and you disable these, all that will do is disconnect you from them. It won't turn the controllers off, so you'll still drain some battery juice. So let me show you that. So if you go into settings, you see that they're still on. So the radios are still on, they're searching, but they're just not connected. So you still have to go in and manually change them. And connect back to my network. Okay. So the basic stuff works great too, like Siri. Siri's still really great. Works flawlessly like usual. The Face ID is one of my favorite things on this phone right now, because my Face ID works with my Apple Pay. You can see I got it in the bottom right down here. The little wallet there. And same with unlocking the phone. As long as your face is in front of it and it can see your face, it's going to let you in. And I like that Face ID works with a lot of banking apps now. So, you know, if you've got really long passwords like I do, and they have updated their apps to use Face ID, you can just open the app, and as long as your face is in front of it, it'll log you in automatically and show you your stuff, which I think is pretty cool. So I really love the Face ID. It never messes up unless I'm just not able to look at the screen correctly. So don't worry about the Face ID. I think it's a great feature. The sound quality on this phone is excellent. On my original iPhone X review of when I first got it, you could see I compare the sound from this phone to my LG Flex on max volume, and the sound on the iPhone X is just very clear. It doesn't pop or have kind of like a whiny pitch to it like some phones do. Like when you turn them up to max, you can hear they're like at their limit. This does not do that unless the audio quality itself of whatever it is you're playing is just poor. So the speakers on this phone are quite excellent. The camera is also excellent. If you go to, you have to go to a setting here though. It's kind of annoying. I can't find it. Maybe it's here. Yeah, you have to change your video quality in the camera setting. But I put it on auto HDR, and then, you know, for super slow-mo, 1080p at 240 FPS, which is awesome. And then I turned my regular video recording to 4K at 60 FPS. So, yeah, the camera is great. I'll show you that in a minute. So, yeah, let me get my apps open here. Okay, so before I show you the camera, I'm going to do some other stuff. So the clock in the top right that I keep up there, if you look closely at the widget, that's the actual time. And the widget is actually like a real clock. You could see the little hand counting on the seconds. I think that's so cool. So that's cool. The App Store, not so great. Don't care for the App Store too much. If we open the App Store, we go to today. It looks really big and white and just bland. It's not very colorful or exciting like it used to be. And I think a lot of that's because so many people are on Android now because those phones are much cheaper and the Apple hype has kind of died down. So, you know, people that break phones or go through phones a lot, they just go pick themselves up a $40 or $100, you know, LG or Samsung or whatever phone from wherever, and now most of those people are on Android. So I feel like the Google Play Store has surpassed the Apple Store now, because this is just kind of blah, you know. So really, I would only come in here for something that I know what I'm looking for, you know. Like there's never anything that's just gonna like, oh yeah, I definitely want to download that. Like it just, I don't know, it doesn't pull me in. So I think the App Store needs some work. But the calls on this phone are also excellent. They're very clear, and they cancel a lot of noise, background noise, junk like that. So pretty cool. Let me see, what else did I have planned? I didn't script any of this, by the way. I'm just kind of doing it because I wanted to share it. I'll show you the camera now. 1 second. Okay, so I guess before I show you the camera, I'll just go ahead and show you messaging. So this is the Messenger here, and there are so many awesome features in this Messenger. It's just packed, loaded with stuff. Like the, man, there's so much. Okay, just give me a second here. So you got your keyboard. So something that's pretty cool is like if you type a word like poop, you can see I get poop, but I also get the emoji. And so I can do poop and emoji, or I can do poop and then just replace it with the emoji. Pretty cool. So just if you start typing in keywords and there's an emoji for it, you can do that as well. So like I did there, and I can get the boat. So it's kind of up to you how you want to do it, but it's really neat that it gives you more interactive, ability with your emojis. So because there's a lot that you're going to skip over because there's so many in here. Another thing that's really cool is the sound to text, like you can hold audio here and send clip. So you can send that, or you can do pretty cool. Go back to my keyboard. So now we can go to, you can send pictures and videos. You can send some pretty long videos, almost 2 minutes long on here, which is pretty neat. Through there. So you just add stuff, or you can record one or take a selfie or whatever right there and send it, or a picture. You can flip the camera around. However you want to take a picture, you can do it. So if you go back to here, you can see down here, you get a lot of different things you can also send. You could send like a Pandora station so somebody else can listen to, a location of Google Maps, or a place to meet up, or just an address. YouTube, links and channels. I haven't tested out GarageBand, don't know what that is. See what's under more. Yeah, so I guess you can add stuff in here that'll work with this. So that's pretty cool, I like this one here. You can send little GIFs. And what's cool is it's built in the Messenger, so you can just search like, no, not Lowe's. Damn it. All right. So you can send, little stuff like this. You can just go through them. It's pretty funny. Just send like Pinocchio. Yeah. This is one of my favorites that I like to send. Yeah, don't lie to me. From Snape. I like that one. So I think that one's funny. But it's just built in here, So you don't have to do anything crazy or get an external app. Touch ID is pretty cool. You can send little messages here. So you can do like, hey. So you can do like, I don't know. And you can send that. But you can also change the colors of it and all that stuff. You can actually change the colors of each letter if you play with it enough. I forget how to get it to do that, but you can just do a letter, change the color, or by word, or however you want. You can draw whatever you want. So that's pretty cool. The camera button to the right, you can take a picture of something and then doodle over it, which is pretty neat. So like, for example, I've took a picture of my face and I colored it in like the Joker and I sent it, and just to be funny. So that's pretty cool. These are Okay, so I guess the screen recording plus the animojis don't get along together. I didn't realize it was cutting out my sound, and then it caused a sound issue. So I'm going to record again some of the stuff that I was talking about after I finished up with the animojis. So after the animojis, you're going to have this. Check this out. So just for example, poops. Now, here's my message. Now, no matter what your message is that you have here, you can hold down the send button and you get this hidden menu over here. And it's really cool. And you can send your message with invisible ink, with a little gentle pop-up, with a loud pop-up, with a slam. You can even combine them. So like invisible ink plus this one up here, it says screen effect. So you could do that. You could do like a gentle plus screen effect. Let's do loud plus screen effect. I don't know if slam will do anything. Let's see. Sort of. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But one of my favorites is the invisible ink. So we're going to send with invisible ink. And what's cool about that one is they have to actually reveal the message. So you can send really stupid things that are just really funny or cute or whatever, and they have to reveal the message. So like send. And then what will happen is they have to click on it, basically, to reveal it. See? Pretty cool. So I really like those. And then they hide back away, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so you can do that with pretty much whatever that you're going to send. You can send it that specific way. And that's just something else that I really enjoy about the Messenger. I really think they're funny. So yeah. Something else, as far as your regular emojis go, look at how many they give you. There's so many. And I think that's part of the reason why they added the, the word to relevant emoji there. So I'm going to try one out now. I'm just going to put boo. Yeah, see? That's so cool. I think that's awesome. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the Messenger. I've been breaking this down into little clips because I keep forgetting things and keep going back and changing stuff. Because I really didn't plan on the animojis to interfere with my audio recording. See, that's another feature here. You can see the typing and all that. I think that's cool. I can do yay, do something stupid. But yeah, that's pretty much the Messenger. So we'll move on. Okay, so here is the camera. Like is in the camera, if you make a live photo, so if and you have a cool little picture, it'll take almost like a GIF, kind of like a couple of shots into an image, and you can put it into this app down here called Lively, and that will turn it into a GIF, and you can make your own little GIFs that way. It's real quick and easy. It's really cool. Does exactly what it's going to do. I think it's awesome. So another feature on the phone that I really like that I'm going to go over. I know I'm kind of going over these things fast, but there's so much, and I don't want this to be an hour-long video. The Bluetooth on this phone is excellent. I compared it to my LG Flex, which was my last flagship phone, and the Apple devices just seem to beat most other phones in the Bluetooth radio department. I don't mean like range-wise. Range-wise, I think my LG might actually beat my iPhone X, but the clarity. So if I'm playing the exact same video on YouTube through both devices on max volume, it comes out louder and clearer on the iPhone. I don't know why, but it's always kind of been that way on Apple. Like their Bluetooth is always a little better. And I don't know why, but that's just something I've noticed over time. Let me get my phone back in the charger here. Oh, that's another thing. The wireless charging, I love the wireless charging. So that's great. It's not as fast as a cable or some of these, rapid 15-minute charge phones or whatever, but I keep a wireless charger on my desk, and it's really nice to just be able to sit down or lay down in the bed and just throw the phone on the wireless pad and forget about it. I mean, that's awesome. So I love the wireless charging. I'm glad they finally incorporated that in here. So I know Apple's a little behind on some things, but that's just, they're kind of weird like that. They're either behind on something or they're advancing something and they're ahead. It's kind of weird. So back to the Face ID. The Face ID has a depth sensor built in on the front-facing camera. So it senses the depth of your face. That's what makes it so secure. So it's able to actually determine the size of your face and the features and how deep they are and everything. And that's how it makes Face ID so secure, basically. So don't worry about anybody just pushing a picture of your face and whatever in the camera and it working. I also played around with Face ID with my eyes closed and it wouldn't work. So I guess if somebody is trying to just use your phone in front of your face while you're sleeping, I don't think it'll work unless your eyes are open. So that's just something that I played around with, but I wasn't too invested in that test. So, because I felt ridiculous doing it. But anyways, that's just something I wouldn't worry about the security of it. I think it's fine. Let's see, what's next on my list? Things that are annoying. I got two things that have annoyed me since I got the phone. One is in the Messenger. If somebody sends me an address or I send somebody else an address, well, I guess if I send them an address, it's not my problem. But if somebody sends me an address and I click on the link, it wants to open it with Apple Maps, and it just says you need to download Apple Maps. But I don't like Apple Maps. I like Google Maps. So if you sit there and you try to highlight the address and copy and paste it, it's not going to work. It's super annoying about it. So that's my most annoying thing about this phone, I think, is if somebody happens to send me an address, I can't just click on it and open with Google Maps. I have to go back and forth and type it in manually, whatever, because they really want to push Apple Maps. So that's really obnoxious. Another thing that's annoying is sometimes apps will not delete, or they don't want to delete. So let me show you this. Let me download this one. This is the perfect test one because it's annoying every time. Okay, so there's the app, right? So if you hold down the apps, you get these little X's. Oh, okay, now it's got an X. That's not cool. But sometimes they'll do stuff like this. You hold this one down. Oh, okay, I guess they updated this app. Well, this app used to say share, and I actually have a video where I recorded it yesterday being annoying. Let me see if I put it by itself, if it'll be annoying. Or whatever. Let me try one more time. Drag this. Drag you down there. See if it'll do it on its own. Nope. Okay, so I guess they changed it. What used to happen literally yesterday is instead of this X button, it would say share. And obviously I wouldn't want to share this app. I mean, why would I want to share this app? I just want to delete it, right? But if for some reason that happens, what you have to do, I might even splice some of my footage of it being stupid from yesterday in here. What you have to do when an app will not let you delete it, it'll show a share button instead, is you hold the center of it and you slide your thumb to the corner of it while it's loading, and then you'll get a little X. Now today, because I'm recording right now a new video, it's just being annoying and actually working. So anyways, yeah, so I guess they changed that finally, so good on that. But if you run across an app that won't delete, it just shows a share button, just hold it down, and while you're holding it down, slide your finger to the corner of it, and it'll show the X, so you can actually get rid of it. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that's annoying? Not really. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Something else cool that I discovered, I just remembered, is if you hold down the brightness, not only can you control the brightness, but you can do night shift or true tone. So you can do night colors, makes them more warm, and then you also got true tone. So you could turn those on together and turn it low, and it's very, very soft on your eyeballs. So it's very nice. But since it's midday, I'm going to leave it alone. So just something cool on there. I had one more thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, for example, Netflix, because most people have Netflix. Right now that works. Now, you also have a widget on your main screen. Let me pull that down. You'll have one that pops up here if it's already playing in the middle. Now, if you use that one, it's not going to work. It'll just shut up as soon as you lock the screen. But if you use the little widget here and then you lock the screen, it will continue playing the audio from whatever it is you're playing, and you don't actually have to have the screen on. Now, I hope this stays that way. I hope they don't try to turn it off or whatever, for some stupid reason. Like, oh, well, everybody's playing it now. But for right now, I really like that because, I don't want the light in my face, it wakes me up. So it's a good little way to have some sound like you're watching TV, but not have the screen in your face or using your phone battery a lot. So just something I wanted to share. It's kind of like a little trick for right now. And yeah. So overall, I think the iPhone X is an excellent phone. I've been using it. It's very quick. It's very snappy. It basically does everything that Apple said it was going to do. Downsides would be that you're going to Apple. So if you're an Android person, you're going to have to get those stupid lightning adapters, charger cables, and you're going to have to carry around that adapter for the auxiliary cable, which is annoying. A lot of my speakers now are Bluetooth, so it's not a big deal for me anymore. But that would be the downside as far as that. But as far as performance, excellent. They're working on those 3D games, so you can do a lot with this camera, especially since it has the depth sensor. You can do a lot of cool stuff that way as well. So that's a plus. Another plus that I see as a major benefit of the iPhones versus the Androids is it's kind of like playing the lottery when you get an Android phone, because you not only have the Android OS that you have to worry about updating, but your hardware and everything is going to be different from the next Android user. So you have to rely on your brand releasing updates. So for example, my LG Flex, I had it for 4 years. Okay, and the only reason that phone was still running perfectly strong. I mean, it was fast. It was loaded with all kinds of features when I bought it, like hardware, great specs. The reason I had to upgrade was not because the hardware failed. It was because LG quit making updates for me. And when they quit making updates for me, my phone was slowly becoming non-compatible with many things. So, because I'm sure many people had already broken or sold or upgraded from their Flex or whatever, and they just move on. The good thing with Apple is that everybody has basically the same hardware who buys an iPhone. So it's not hard for them to make iOS updates for everybody, because they know what you have. They know the different iPhones, or that's why they use a lot of the same CPUs and GPUs in their phones and the Bluetooth radios and all that stuff. And then, of course, they slowly upgrade, but what's another, strand of code for the next phone and the previous phone? So the good thing about that is it's easy to keep your phone up to date for long periods of time with Apple versus with Android. So that's one benefit of Apple, is because, they know what software and hardware need to be going with which, so it's easier for them to create updates. But, also Android has theirs. They're a lot more free, open cables, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not biased towards one or the other because I've used both. I'm just telling you what I'm going to tell you, You also get the Google Play Store with Android, which I think is popping off. It's a lot better than the Apple Store. And you get some more freedoms than you would on Apple. But anyways, guys, I don't want to ramble too much the differences between Android and Apple, because this is all about the iPhone X today. But just some little quick, tips, differences, whatever. I'm just going to throw them in there. Also, on the Apple, you don't get a SD card, external micro SD or anything like that. So just something to think about. But they do come with a lot of storage now, especially because they're adding these 4K cameras. I wouldn't worry about it. Mine's 256 gig, and I think they start at 128 gig for the iPhone X. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's my little overview video. I hope I didn't forget anything. Probably did, because I didn't script. Whatever. If you like the video, and you want to see more stuff from me, just subscribe, all that stuff. That's cool if you want to do that. If not, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But I'm glad you came and watched. So, all right, guys. Hope y'all have a good one. I know Christmas is coming up, so hope y'all ready for that. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care. The app will not let you delete it right away. Like, normally you just hold down all the apps and then you get these little X's, and that just makes sense. But for some reason, certain apps, it will not show an X. It'll just show a share button. And I'm going to show you how to get rid of those stupid apps that do that. There's not very many. I've only found one app that has done that to me. Let me see if I can find it. Whatever. Just let it load. This one right here. So I'll just re-download it and show you. Because certain apps do this. I don't know what the heck the deal is. So here it is, right? So when you hold it down, it just says share Experian instead of, delete. So if you want to remove an app like that and it's being annoying, you have to do this thing where you hold it down and slide your finger to the corner of it at the same time. So I'm holding it down and I slide, and now it has the X. But it's one of those things where if you didn't know to do that, you're going to be really annoyed all day trying to figure out how to get rid of it. So anyways, yes, delete it. That's just one thing that I noticed from my time with the phone that was a little annoying, and now I know